There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, they send us in to find it.
126 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
You ever heard of the phrase milking a franchise? Well, if you haven't, then you have now. And a great example of it would be Call of Duty. I have purchased and played every game that has come out since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and since then the franchise has slowly been declining. I want to show you an example of how less popular Call of Duty has been in terms of search results. Although it may still be popular to me and you, worldwide it is extremely low. I'm guessing you know what Fortnite is and how popular it has become. Well, here's a chart comparison of the two games over the past 5 years. Call of Duty 5 years ago doesn't even come close to Fortnite today, and I'm not gonna lie, it did surprise me. In my opinion, the game's peaked all the way back in 2012 with Black Ops 2. Since then, the quality has slowly been dropping. There's too many microtransactions, and the new yearly additions are just ruining the game. No one asked for exosuits, but they did it anyway. No one asked for weapons which can be obtained through sheer luck, but they added them. No one asked for them to be set so far into the future that most of us would probably have died in real life before we even get to that goddamn year. But good old Activision still done that, didn't they? They tried to release a game every year, and it results in a half-finished product which is only fun to play 6 months in. Whether it be down to bad decisions or wanting to solely make money, I don't care. What I care about is having fun while I actually want to play the game, and so far, this year, Call of Duty could do that. Here's why Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 is the last chance for the COD franchise. Although Call of Duty World War II was a breath of fresh air for the franchise, it still didn't give me the same satisfaction of the old COD games that I was looking for. If you compare Black Ops 4 to Black Ops 2, they almost don't look like they're in the same series. I think Infinity Ward could see this isn't what fans wanted. For a long time now they've been asking for a modern COD game, a game that doesn't involve jumping 40 feet whilst also sliding along a wall, shooting your electric ball out of your specialist weapon. The thing that set COD apart from the other first-person shooters, such as Halo and Overwatch, was that it was more realistic. Looking at all the footage that has been released so far, the graphics look incredible. It really does seem like the biggest leap in graphics that we have received between games. Black Ops 4 as a whole didn't look terrible, but for today's standards, it was shit, and it also looked the same as Black Ops 3. The animations have also been stepped up. Initially, I thought this would take away from the iconic feel of COD gameplay, but according to the exclusive Ace, who I've watched for a while now, it doesn't greatly impact the gameplay. We can all agree that one of the biggest fails for COD recently has been the multiplayer maps, from terrible designs to barely having any included at all. They have really not done great in this department. For a COD game to be replayable, the maps must, and I mean must, have variety and replayability. We don't want 10 maps which are all 3 strict lanes, but we also don't want 10 maps which are just randomly placed buildings. We want variety. Can't be too hard to make, right? Well, the developers themselves have said that they are aiming to make the map set the best in years. Close quarter combat, mixed in with long range combat, mixed in with real environments. Watch this clip here to get more of an understanding.
We try to support every playstyle. We have all these guns, and we want to make sure that there's a place for snipers, there's a place for close quarters. But in recent games, the titles have been more kind of arena shooter-ish, so you can kind of rely on these kind of symmetrical 3-lane maps. But when we're trying to make a realistic environment, and you take that realistic environment and you put it on this kind of symmetrical layout, the brain just kind of rejects it and doesn't really feel real.
He hit the nail right on the head there. The maps need to feel real. Now that Infinity Ward have acknowledged this, they have no excuse if the maps are the shittest in the series. I also like that it now seems like they may be listening to the core fan base, as the maps have been something which everyone and their nan has been talking to death about. They are also going back to the original 6v6 game mode for multiplayer, which is a step in the right direction. The 10v10 mode seems fine, but the 20 vs 20 does have me a little concerned. However, it heavily implies that the maps are going to be fairly big, and if this mode does work out, it could be absolutely insane. It's another big step up for the franchise, but it's a change, and a change is what us fans wanted. The season pass is also going to be scrapped. Activision themselves said the team is eliminating the traditional season pass so that they can deliver even more free maps and content, as well as post-launch events for all players. Well, I mean, that's fantastic. There's not much more that can be said about that. However, Call of Duty have said one thing before and gone right against their word later on down the line, but I hope this is not one of them times. Not only will this mean that we're going to get free content throughout the year, it also means that we can actually play the DLC maps as everyone would have access to them. Not just the 1% who brought the map packs like in Black Ops 4. There's no doubting that there will be other microtransactions such as skins and camos though. I just hope they don't lock weapons behind luck-based supply drops and include crappy fillers like gestures and sticker books. Black Ops 4 was littered with that useless stuff. Gunsmithing is a welcomed addition to me. It is something that's been needed in Call of Duty for a long time. It's not too confusing, it does add a new layer to tactical gameplay and should make each weapon feel different for everyone's playstyle. It also allows you to customise your classes during a game, so if you unlock a new attachment you could equip it right away. On a quick side note, I think the way the attachments look on the guns is also really smooth in this game. Multiplayer as a whole is the main part of the game that I play, and this year it looks mental. But for the first time in years, I'm also looking forward to the campaign as well. Activision say they wanted to reboot the franchise as the definition of Modern Warfare has changed since the original game was released. They claim the campaign will be edgy, relevant and thought-provoking. From the looks of the trailer, I believe it will. On top of this, the legend himself, Captain Price, is returning, but he won't be voiced by the original actor. Finally, there are other little things that they have mentioned. There will be no zombie mode, which is good for a Modern Warfare game. Zombies is a mode that should only be made by Treyarch. They have spoken about co-op missions being in the game, which we all know will be Spec Ops. This makes me happy as I loved playing Spec Ops in Modern Warfare 2. There will also be crossplay between consoles and PC, which should help keep the game alive longer after the yearly cycle is up, as there will be more players to play with. Overall, from everything I have seen, the reboot of Modern Warfare seems like the COD game which everyone has been asking for. Great graphics, realistic gameplay, map variety, and no season pass. It quite frankly makes Black Ops 4 look like a joke in comparison. I'm hopeful for this game. I also seen it being the last chance for the COD franchise. If it fails, they really need to change something up. The fanbase first get their hands on the game in the beta, which is starting early September. Please, 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 Infinity Ward. You have hyped us up for the game. Now don't let us down.
You know what? I can't fucking take this fucking shit anymore. And you throw me in the fucking same fucking cock, fucking piece of shit.
Hey, Benny!
Fucking piece of shit. Fuck.
Thank you all for watching until the end. If you enjoyed, then please subscribe for more videos, leave a like, turn on that bell and comment below. Let me know what you think about Modern Warfare so far. When the beta's out, I'll drop another review on my opinion on it. But for now, I'm out. I'll see you all next time.